Today we're gonna check out 5 rarest events in the Breath of the Wild, and if you missed at least one, be sure to subscribe and drop a like, that's a fair deal. Now let's start. And we starting with the horse god MALANYA. In the Lake Hylia area of Hyrule, players can come across the fairy god of horses, MALANYA. Once players cross the Horde God Bridge and pass over the Lake of the Horse God, they locate a unique Great Fairy Spring known as MALANYA Spring. Players will find MALANYA in a weakest state, with a donation of 1000 rupees required to restore his power and free him. Once freed, he'll offer to revive any of Link's horses that may have met their end. At no point are players directly told to visit MALANYA Spring for a quest, making this location and MALANYA's incredibly useful service completely optional. Players are directed this way if they're trying to complete the Champion's Blood DLC, given the bonds that many players tend to form with in-game companions. Bringing one back from the dead is an encounter that shouldn't be missed. The Aurora Borealis. The real-world phenomenon adds some stunning beauty to the Herba Mountains in the Breath of the Wild. Players have a chance to catch a glimpse of the Northern Lights whenever they travel high enough on the snowy mountains at night. The Northern Lights don't always appear, meaning that even if players have visited the Herba Mountains at night, they may have missed the picture-perfect experience. The Herba Mountains aren't easy to traverse, as the players will want to ensure they've dressed appropriately for the weather. Not only the frigid temperatures dangerous, but the enemies that populate the area are very dangerous at all. However, making this trek is worth it for the breathtaking sight of the Northern Lights stretching across the Hyrule skyline. The third one event that is pretty easy to miss is a GRANTE. GRANTE is another NPC with an incredibly useful service that players may have missed during their playthrough. GRANTE is never something that players are guided towards during the Breath of the Wild's main story. That being said, tracking down GRANTE does at least involve some guidance, as a side quest from the ground up has to be completed to unlock the Grante's armor shop. Grante is a young Sheikah male that has left home to collect rare armors from across the Hyrule. Players will need to help construct Tarry Town in order to access Grante's shop and learn more about why he decided to leave home. Once Grante opens his armor shop, players can purchase rare armor that would otherwise be only obtainable once, such as the iconic Hylian shield. The next one is a Guardian fight. Guardians will often engage in the battle with the local wildlife, including other ferocious monsters. Breath of the Wild is possibly one of the best open-world sandbox games out there, in part due to how much though Nintendo put in how the world would interact with itself. While many players have found ways to force Guardians into battle with monsters, it's entirely possible to run into the epic sight happening completely naturally. However, the easiest way to see a Guardian do battle is to put in harm's way from another enemy's attack. One of the more commonly used methods to get Guardian to fight another monster is the Stasis Rune, as it freezes the target in a place. All players need to do from there to get front row seats in an incredible battle is to make sure another enemy strikes the frozen Guardian. And the last but definitely not least is the Lord of the Mountain event. One of the more well-known secrets of the Breath of the Wild is Nintendo touching tribute to the former Nintendo president Satoru Iwata after he passed away in 2015. The Lord of the Mountain can sometimes be found on Satori Mountain. A blue light at the top of Satori Mountain indicates that the Lord of the Mountain has spawned. Players can usually view this light from the fairly far away at night. The Lord of the Mountain, otherwise known as Satori, appears as a stag-like spirit that Link is capable of riding, though it'll walk away and vanish once Link dismounts. In universe, the Lord of the Mountain is said to be the reincarnation of a spirit that protected the wildlife of the Hyrule. Not only is Satori's appearance an amazing in-game visuals that any Breath of the Wild player needs to experience, but it's also an incredibly heartfelt tribute to Satoru Iwata. How much of these rarest events you faced yourself in the game, and what other cool experiences I might missed in this video? Tell me in the comments.